Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Harrison. Grab your pencil, sketchbooks, and notebooks because today we are drawing the nose. Today I'm going to show you how to draw the nose in 4 different positions. All right, we're going to start with the easiest one, which for me, I think is the head-on nose. So starting with a circle, and you guessed it, a circle. Now we can just follow this, and basically you're following this and making a C shape, and then from inside here you're gonna make like a fancy letter U. So you'll start in here and you'll come down, follow the bottom of that circle back up into there. So if you see it, it's like a fancy U. And this should kind of hook into there, and then we're gonna follow this circle and make the other backward C, or almost like if we're making parentheses, just to round it off and to kind of give that nose shape. You'll follow the top of that circle, and then we can kind of fill out the rest of this as if it was attached to the face. Give it some dimension, a bridge, brow, like a bridge of the nose. Oh my goodness. And that, my friends, is how easy it is to draw the nose, front on. Now the next pose I think is just as easy. I think it's like the easiest way to draw noses, and it is the side view. We are going to draw a triangle, like a 90-degree triangle. You're gonna plop a circle right on the edge. You're gonna cut off the tip of that triangle, and then you're gonna add the bridge of the nose there, the same direction you cut off that tip of the triangle, and then we're gonna just follow it. And it's okay, your nose shouldn't be straight, so don't follow or don't make that line that straight. And then most people's noses have a little bump on the end, like it's not like a perfect slope. The only time you'll see a perfect sloping straight nose is if it's been made by doctors. So your nose should have some bump to it, and then it'll curve in, and then bring it all the way to this circle, and you'll start bringing that down into where it'll meet the lips. Now the tricky part here is you'll see in this, like we've created this our own like obtuse triangle within this naturally, and this is where the opening to your nostril is going to sit. If you imagine it, it's not a round circle most of the time. Your nose will start off, so you're gonna go up and down and bring that in and around.
Now it's time to bring it around town.
And then this part of the nostril, you'll just follow that half circle, shade that in. You can give a little line there, and then we'll create like a little bump and ridge. And then just to give it some form, we can shade it in. And that is the side view of the nose. Now, to get a little bit more complicated, let's draw the nose in 3/4 view. So we'll draw a triangle, just like so. And then we are going to turn it into a pyramid. And then we need the bottom. So go ahead and draw that bottom and then make that 3D as well. So as you can see, we are now going to start playing in 3D space. We want to put a circle right there just so that we have some idea of where the roundness of the nose will be. And we're going to want to put another one and another one for our nostrils. Now, one other guideline I want to add is a rectangle, and this will just help us draw the bridge of the nose. The point of this triangle and it being narrow will kind of throw you off. So I find that if you have a guideline to keep you on a straight and narrow path here, it'll help you create that nose just a little bit easier. This guy really looks like Sid from Ice Age. I can't not see it. I mean, so does this guy. It all looks like Sid.
Yummo! A dandelion. Must be the last one of the season.
Before we add any bit of detailing here, the last thing we're going to do is put in the nostrils. So just like we did on the peripheral view, we're going to add to this view as well. So within this triangle, little box shape that we've made, we're going to do the same thing as this. We're going to go up, down, and in, and then we won't really see it on this side as much, but we can attempt to draw it a little bit. So up, down, and in. Now I'm going to switch pencils to my 6B, my darker, softer lead, and we are going to start outlining everything that we have here. What I like to do, and what I really want to do here, is create this hard edge on this side of the nose. So we're going to round off the tip of the nose and it'll curve down into underneath it. And to give some structure, I went in a little bit and out just to get to this bridge. And then we can also follow it on this side. So having this rectangle here, we now know how wide the bridge of our nose needs to be. So starting here, we can follow that shape, follow, and don't connect all the way. We want to leave some of the lines to the imagination, just makes for a better drawing. We can connect these lines over here. You can add that. And then for this part of the nose, go ahead and shade in that nostril. And then if you really want, just like our other nose, you can add in some shadow. All right, and now these are like the three major poses of the nose. You have a head-on, a side view, and a three-quarter view. Now the key is just to get these down and understand when to use them and the way that they will fit onto your person. The one that I love to use a lot, and it just comes down to the style of your drawing. And most of the times when you're drawing comics or you're drawing cartoon characters, the nose is super simple, and sometimes you can just think of it as a really simple triangle. And what I really love to do, and I know this is not a very difficult way to draw noses, it's actually very simple. You're gonna take a triangle, you're just gonna draw a line and a line, and you'll just kind of fill in like so. And sometimes if you really want to add more detail, you can just add in the sides of the nostrils, just like so. I mean, you can just build up the nose more and more as you go, but I simply love to just, you know, give it one of these, and then I'll drop some shadow and call it a day. Something like that. That's usually how I go about drawing my nose, especially front on. Now, side view, I do that a lot. Side view nose is the easiest in my opinion. And you can get away with 3 lines for a nose super quick. Now, this comes from practice. It's knowing how the structure of the nose works and how you can manipulate the nose to do the things you want to do, but you need to know the structure of it first. Figure out how it fits onto your characters, how it falls off the face, and how it interacts with the lips and the eyes. Things like noses, mouths, ears, hands, they all can be broken down to 3, 4, 5 different lines and done very simply, but you got to get through the basic shapes and basic ideas of how the structure of these things work to be able to get them done really easy. I forgot to ink the noses, so let's do that really quick.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Noses are very hard. The human body is very hard to draw. I still have trouble with it. We are always, as artists, learning new things to get better at drawing, and it's just a matter of practicing and not letting those muscles go to waste, and just practice, practice, practice. Fill a page in your sketchbook. Take a page like this and just fill it with different noses. Just do it more and more and more. I say it all the time because it's true. The more you draw noses, the better you will get at them. It's like anything. I would love for you to get a sketchbook and once a week maybe just fill it with noses. Look back, date it, say today, today, February 6th, I am drawing noses. And then when you go back and look at it and in December 6th, and you're drawing your page of noses and you could flip back, you're like, holy cow, I am so much better at drawing noses because you've practiced so much. You've looked at different noses. You know how they move when people are chewing or talking or yelling or scrunching their face or opening the mouth really wide. So doing that is a great exercise just to help you get better at your drawing. With that said, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And once you do, hit that bell notification so you know when I upload the next Tutorial Tuesday. If for some reason you did not enjoy today's lesson, please let me know down in the comments why that is. I want to be able to get these lessons to you better and for you to digest them better. So whatever I can do to help you learn the way that you need to learn drawing, please let me know and I will make sure that happens. On that note, if there is something you would like to see me draw, such as another body part or a specific pose, please let me know and I will get it on the ongoing list. If you don't already and are curious, go ahead and follow me on social media. I frequently post other tips and tricks as well as other work that I am working on. You can also tag me on Instagram and TikTok and I will check out your work if you would like some reviewing or some critiques on your drawings. If you've been following along, I would be happy to check out what you're up to as well. Thank you again for joining me on another awesome tutorial. I had fun. I will see you right back here in 2 weeks for the next Tutorial Tuesday. Remember to keep drawing, keep practicing, never give up. Bye guys.